Hi everyone, Sarah here. It's Monday morning, the 8th of February, and your results have just been released. So by now most of you will have had a chance to have a look at them and have a better idea as to how you went and some areas for improvement for you as well. I'll chat about some specific, some more generic feedback around assessment too, and some key takeaways. You've obviously all got your own individual feedback with your marks, and a lot of in-text comments and so forth too. I'll also post a little, you'll see attachment here that helps you find all those comments, because I think sometimes people actually may even be missing some of the comments that we do provide you. And we do spend a lot of time as ELAs putting an effort into providing some nice well-rounded comments for you. So I hope you can find them all. Let me know if you can't find the comments that I refer to as well too. First things, just a couple of things I wanted to touch on, and this is our last week together, so week 12. You'll see I've provided an activity for you in week 12. So this is our revision week together, and in the activity 1, I've got a couple of ideas down there, and we're just sort of thinking, what do you think the exam is on? And we'd love to see you come up with some of the topics and ideas that you think could be on it, and then extend that a little bit further to putting together some actual exam questions you think could be on it. If you've formed an online study group, study buddy, by all means do that. You can do that in a group or go back to your team one, or you can do it individually. It doesn't really matter as to which are the most common ones, and then just post your ideas on there as well. I've got a couple of handy videos in there, just a really interesting motivational one about missed opportunities and things like that, and then something around reading and just some study tips. And then every couple of days I'll release a new thread. There's one up there now for planning, which are essentially from our Collaborate slides, but they've got a couple of questions down the bottom which were our prompts for the ELAs in the sessions, and they might give you some other ideas, and we can have some great discussions in those threads around that as well too. So please remember, I'm here. Any questions or queries you have, I'm here to help out. But I can only help you if you post the questions in the discussion board for me too. And rather than emailing me, it's probably best to do it in the discussion board, because everyone else would have the same queries, and then it's all in the one spot for you to revisit. By all means, go back to any of the weekly activities too. And even if you didn't have a chance to post, by all means post now, and you can read through what everyone else's ideas were, what my feedback was, and I will check, because I get a little, there's that little, unread blue button that you're probably familiar with, where I know where there's some posts there as well too. So let's work through that together. Now, I know a few of you went to the pep talk last Tuesday, and unfortunately it wasn't a great success, I understand. It was very hard to hear, so many apologies for that. I've heard from the team this morning, and they're going to run another session for you tomorrow. So that's the 9th of Feb at 7 p.m. So hopefully if you feel you're up to it, we understand if you're not, because you've got a lot on, and you feel like you want to attend and have another go, please do so. But many apologies that they had some problems with the audio for you there too. On that note, talking about Collaborate sessions, don't forget to listen to the recordings for the Collaborate session. There are two there, the 19th and the one on the 31st. The content of them is the same. And, just jump into the one for the 19th or whatever works for you. The content's the same and the recording's the same. It's just some different students and different questions, but the guts and nuts and bolts are exactly the same. And as I said, this week I'll post some of those key slides in a new thread. I'll release them every couple of days for you. So it's not all in one hit and daunting for you. Might be a bit more fun, and you come back in and look at some stuff too. The student success feedback, the student feedback survey is open as well too. So for those of you who haven't done that yet, could you please do that? Because I would really appreciate it for a couple of reasons. I think it's open till the 14th. So firstly, to give us some feedback on the unit and the learning materials and how we've run the unit, but also on me as your unit coordinator, but also ELA, because it's a development tool for me to see what I could do differently in the future, how I can improve, some things that work well and some of the things that don't. And if you don't let us know, we can't improve. It's like us with your essays and your assessments. So if you could do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. I've just got a little list on the side here too. So the assessment 2 feedback. So, look, I think it was a strong assessment. The essay topic was quite broad, so it can be a little hard to narrow it down. But on the whole, you responded to it very, very well. There are a couple of key themes that I think you can all benefit from. I think more than anything, it's probably how you structure your essays. And it's around things like having connected paragraphs. So what we're wanting is you're wanting your introduction, a conclusion. So your introduction needs to set the scenes. And at times, you were telling us that, a little bit about what you were going to discuss, but you weren't specific enough. And the same with the conclusion, or one was stronger than the other. So they can actually mirror each other. And you want to tell us in both of those. So what are you going to talk about planning? What are you going to talk about organising? Mention it specifically, and then linking it back to your essay topic. So at times with a number of essays, there weren't enough links back to the essay topic. So what you're going to want to do is with a group of paragraphs, it's almost like they're little mini essays in themselves. So you've got a paragraph on planning, organising, leading, controlling. In each of those, they need to have a beginning, middle and end as well. So you'll see sometimes I might talk about topic and concluding sentences. So that's where you tell us what you're going to discuss, and then you link it back to the essay topic. And in the body of your work, you then give us your ideas around the topic, you explain your position, you give us your evidence, and you have a couple of in-text citations in the body of your work, but always link it back. Always think, well, am I actually answering the question, and am I linking it back to the question? So you'll then have a concluding sentence, so often called a linking sentence as well, where you summarise your earlier paragraph and you succinctly talk about some of the things you've discussed earlier on, and then you link it back to the essay question. So you say, as a result of this, this is how the best teams operate and therefore win the jobs or get the jobs or win the contract too. So key things around, having links in your the body of your work back to the essay topic, using topic and concluding sentences, and also working with more sources. So see if you can work with more journals. Quite a few of you did that, but quite a few of you relied too heavily on websites. So switch some of the websites for some of the industry journals as well. And I know we've banged on a lot about that. So see if you can extend that. And that's where your mark for criteria 2 will definitely increase, because you have more complexity. It makes it's more credible. And also your mark for criteria 1 will increase because it gives your argument more depth as well too. So see if you can work on that. And I'll just attach a couple of links just to make sure, because in the body of your essay, we will give you feedback in these little sort of bubble comments dotted around. And if you click on them, hover over them, it gives you some context and some areas as well too. And then there's always audio comments that you can consider, you need to consider as well too when you click the play button, if you've had audio there for you. So all the best. Sing out if you need any help or any clarification re your essay marks and feedback. And let's get cracking this week together, our last week together. Fill in the survey, attend the pep talk tomorrow if you want to. Don't forget to look at the exam collaborate slides. Any questions you have now with the exam moving forward, ask them in the exam forum or in this review one for week 12. Any problems, administrative problems about your exams, please give the SLOs a call. All right. All the best, guys. Thank you. It's my birthday today too. There you go. Okay, sorry this one's a bit longer, but there's a lot to cover. And I wish you all the best, guys. Okay, bye.